Searching for artist. Artist successfully loaded.
Peace, love, and blessings. Shout out to Miss Ayala Van Zant on the Cam Newton Show for this amazing interview. What we will discover is the difference in roles in relationships, the responsibilities, the characteristics, and so forth. We have to dive in deep to this thing because there's a misconception, and I believe in relationships both are valued. Men are of value, women are of value, and you gotta have something of value to bring to the table. Without further ado, pick up your helmet and your shoulder pads and come walk 8 miles with your boy. Let's get it.
And here we go.
That's
That's
tricky.
Yeah.
That's tricky.
Yeah. Why?
That's tricky. I just had a conversation talking about this because as men, our value is predicated off of what society deems our value to be.
Right.
As a woman,
Yeah.
your value is self-care, self-worth, self-know.
It matters how a woman feels. How a man feels is not valid. Case in point.
Filter, that ain't mine.
No, but I'm saying it in this way of if
Our
you
value as women is how we make men feel in this society.
okay, but when you say that, that can get you canceled.
Yeah. Well, no, well, I can say it. You can't say it.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that point too. A woman can state how she feels and it's good. A man state how he feels, he's canceled, he's wrong, he's sassy. But see, we got something for that. Because now reality is setting in to women that speak that way. And those women that speak that way, they've already identified themselves as modern feminist women. Because a traditional woman would not say such thing. A traditional woman moves differently.
Make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
But this is a preference for an alpha or a man.
Yeah,
but that
the
when a
court
woman
just told us we can't have an abortion. Some people I've never seen, never know in my life tell me what I can do with my body.
Mm-hmm.
In this society, in this matrix, a woman was valued by what she did for a man and how she made a man feel. And now we women are waking up and saying, no. But there's some conflict in there. We won't have that conversation.
the conflict is this. When a woman is very vocal and very direct and intentional on what she needs, it's supported.
You think so?
Here.
Okay.
Just here.
Okay.
When a man is intentional, let me put it like this. Everything I just said, intentional to what she wants from a man, that's supported.
Yeah.
When a man is intentional and direct and extremely clear of what he wants from a woman, that's suppressive.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. We see that every day, all day, and twice on Sunday. When a man expresses his preference, how he feels, and opens up and so forth, oh, he's sassy. That's the first thing, that's the first word a modern feminist woman goes to. You're sassy. Oh, you give me the ick. And I share with a large number of women in conversation, because my audience is growing. Do you know how disrespectful and what you are calling men when you call them sassy? Do you know that you calling men gay when you call them that? But as soon as a man call you a BI,
And here we
He gets in trouble. I agree.
That's what I mean by that. So
That's new age, though.
yeah,
That's new world thing. That's new world thing. That's not old school. That's new world.
because I would say, still talking on man and woman and man, or any relationship, when a woman is honest with a man just has to suffer with that. When
Can we have another word besides suffering?
but I'm gonna keep it a buck though. See, listen.
He has to suck it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That. But if a man tells another woman how he really feels, whether he went to whatever doctor you want to say it or whatever, it's you're disrespectful.
And we see this. And it's safe to say this is why the division is the way that it is between modern women and traditional women, because modern feminist women have adopted this. Traditional women have moved past this. They don't adopt it. You see? And we have to specify. Even though he's making some very, very valid good points, we have to specify because everybody moves different. Traditional women throwing flame on modern feminist women, supporting traditional men in this sense because they see it. They see the behavior. They call out the behavior. And it all goes back to your childhood. What was it like growing up? What did you see growing up? What was done to you growing up? What's familiar to you growing up?
Make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
So
I've seen it. I've heard it. I don't want to miss this point though. Society tells men what they have to do in order to be considered men. That's your dad doing, picking, working bulbs, painting, Society tells men, the matrix tells men what they have to do in order to be considered men. Society tells women what they can't do in order to be considered a good woman. Okay? Yeah. So,
I like when you said that, what society says. So, when I hear modern feminist women talk about their man of preference, that's what society says. You really don't believe that. You really don't want that. You just saying it because you hear other people saying it. Because behind closed doors in real time, can you really deliver to a man of a high value? Can you really deliver? Do you really have something to bring to the table other than your body? Are you a woman of value yourself? Why would you say, I want a man of high value, if you are not a woman of high value? Why would you say, I need a provider, if you don't have nothing to provide? You're not a provider. Help me make it make sense. Cannot be making this shit up. You cannot be making this shit up. See, this is that harsh conversations that need to be had, that a large number of individuals run from.
I'm with you on you.
so what has happened is the veils are coming down. The veils are blending. And I mean veils between times and spaces and titles and all sorts of things. But no.
I like when she says that. The veils, the mask is coming off. Of modern feminist women, the mask is coming off. Because men are seeing it now. Men have identified what it is and called that thing out. Traditional women have identified and called that thing out.
And here we go.
Because now they talk about the sisterhood. Now there's so much conflict within the sisterhood. Traditional women now say, don't put me in that sisterhood shit. Don't add me to that. I separate myself from that. You hear the downfall. You hear it, you see it, the downfall of modern feminist women is pathetic. And the more you hear it, yeah, men, what modern feminist women have done to men, men are doing it back to them, and they don't like it. Drizzle, drizzle, twizzle, twizzle.
I was really concerned about when a lot of things came out about sexual abuse and violence against women. And a lot of men who lived the old way were canceled, demolished, destroyed in their life because women were now saying no. Some men were just, some people, men, they were men, were just, you know, out of order and violated. Some men made stupid mistakes, but they still got the same treatment, canceled, dismissed, diminished, drummed out of town because a woman felt now with a new awareness that what the man was doing, how the man was being, was inappropriate. But no one has said to the man, this is what's no longer acceptable. I didn't hear it if they did say it.
Yeah.
You got in trouble for what you did before.
Yeah.
But nobody is saying to you, this is no longer
can't do that.
acceptable. Right.
And here we go.
Let's switch the goalposts. The way modern women are behaving, it is no longer acceptable. The way modern feminist women treat men, treat most men, is unacceptable.
I go to social media, I call the people, I tell my story, I weep, I wail, you know, and again, I'm not standing up, some men were just totally out of order.
Right.
But for the men who are making simple mistakes, calling you honey, patting you on your butt, this kind of thing, because it was accepted for so long in the Matrix.
Correct.
Women weren't allowed to challenge that kind of behavior, remember?
They've never had a voice.
That's
to
right.
challenge.
Now we do.
Now
we do. I tell you, women were told what they couldn't do in order to be accepted by men.
Right.
Men were told what they had to do in order to be men. So nobody is educating the men. Nobody is saying to them, you know, this is no longer acceptable.
No one is sitting down with men and women and talking about what is and what is not acceptable. Okay? Also, the repercussions and consequences behind the Me Too movement, because now you have men not approaching women, men saying less to women. For the most part, you have some men that won't even open up the door for a woman. And to be bluntly honest, a large number of men are not opening up the door for black women. They're not checking for black women. They're not even trying to talk to black women. A large number of women, they take that way too far, because now you have the Me Too movement.
Women are saying, damn it, I'm not taking it no more, and because you did it before, I'm taking your ass down. As opposed to saying, no. That's going to be the new thing on the internet. No.
Hold on, slow down.
Okay. This is no longer acceptable. So what has happened, it's created this division between men and women. Now, women want to be all up in the men's face, you know, and telling them what they can and cannot do. And men are finally saying, when you do this, I don't like it. Or when you do this, it doesn't make me feel right. But it's against this, as opposed to integration. I want to awaken 1 million couples to how to integrate. how to hear you, how to hear what you're saying to me, a man saying to me as a woman, without hearing that you're telling me I did something wrong.
Person got to know how to talk, how to communicate. It's not what you say, it's how you say what you say. So this is part one of part two. I got part two coming. We're going to dive into this thing and we're going to talk about it, because it's you got to have hard conversations. You got to be willing to sit down and at least have an understanding of where the other person is coming from.
To speak to you, honoring you as a man. That when you yell at me, when you call me out my name, I'll never forget when I was married, my husband, I said to him, listen, when you raise your voice, it scares me. It frightens me.
We are in and out of lanes. We are lane switching when it comes to relationships, and wonder why the shit don't go right. Because you lane switching. But if you knew what lane to ride in and you stay in that lane, the ride will be smooth. New channel when I'm growing. I appreciate the love. Peace.